Hi everyone. This is a quick video to give you the status of the documentary Laughing All the Way. Um, yeah, I think this might be the first status video or posting that I've done uh, since I began editing the documentary because there wasn't much to say. Yeah, I'm still editing my documentary. That was the most common question was, are you still working on your documentary? In fact, my wife had a t-shirt made up for me a few years ago that said, yes, I'm still working on my effing documentary, because she saw that was the most common question that I would get from people. Now, it's not a shirt I would walk around town in, but it was a cute shirt. And yeah, that's all I had to say was, yes, I'm still working on my documentary. And I could have done status updates with technical details and all the headaches and challenges I was facing, but I just didn't feel that it was worth it. But now it's worth it. It is worth it because guess what? It's done. Yeah, yeah, it's done. After 6 years of sitting here in this chair in front of this computer, um, I've finished it. And now, when I say it's done, there are going to be things that need to be addressed, and I will be going back through and making cuts and polishing touches and stuff. But one is I need to finalize the credits because there are a lot of people who don't appear currently in the credit list who need to be acknowledged. There might be a new opening credit sequence. And then there are legal considerations. So the version that's rendering right now with the timecode burn is that's for, yeah, I hate the word, attorneys. Yeah, yeah, we got to go through and make sure there are no problematic areas. I don't want to be sued for anything. It's funny, you can have signed releases from people. You can have their permission on camera to appear. They know what they're involved in. I don't misrepresent anybody or present them in a negative light, but still, for whatever reason, we're talking about showbiz people and entertainers, and a lot of them don't want their early material and stuff like that to be part of a documentary, and that's their right, and I need to be considerate of that. But so that's one of the things that needs to be addressed. And then there are multiple clips from various movies and television shows and whatnot that I need to get clearances on. So there's a lot to do there. But it is done to the point where I'm rendering this version for the attorneys, and then I'm rendering a clean version for the premiere, which will probably happen in a few weeks. Yeah, talk about pressure. Because I want this to be as polished as possible before anybody sees it. Why did it take so long? Yeah, why? Almost 7 years, really. Well, I'm one person. If you look at the credit list for the average feature documentary, that even some pretty low-end documentaries, but certainly the high-end ones, the real memorable ones, there's a long list of people there. Various producers, research producers, assistant editors. The list goes on and on. And even though I've done all my documentaries in the past just as one person, they weren't on this scale. My Emmy Award-winning documentary, Life on the Line, I think I had maybe 70 tapes, around 35 hours of material, and I cut it probably in less than a month, and it was an hour-long documentary. This had probably close to 500 hours of footage, and is 3 hours long. I'm probably going to be going back in there and cutting it into three segments. That's going to be a challenge. Three 1 hour segments, three 1 hour parts, or two 90-minute. We'll see, but that's going to be a challenge because it's not structured that way. I didn't plan for transitioning fade to black at the 1 hour mark and the 2 hour mark. So we'll have to see what we're in the middle of at those points and figure out a way to gracefully end that segment and offer some kind of a conclusion, and then come into the next segment, the next part, in a way that makes sense. So that's what's ahead of me at this point. But yeah, just being one person, um, and going through all that footage and trying to find the best shots to best tell the story, that is a challenge. And then there were all the interviews that I had to travel for, like going to Hawaii to interview one of the subjects, and traveling to Washington State for another, and then several of them here in town. And that all takes time. Then you add little things like just doing animations and graphics. A simple animation for a 3 or 4 second shot can take all day to render, if not longer. And it's not including the time to build it and lay it all out and light it and do all that kind of stuff. So these things create huge delays. Then I had to go through and find all the best possible music, and then consider that I'm probably going to want to do an original score, original music for this. Right now, the music I've chosen is perfect for the documentary. Unfortunately, it's all library music, and there's a good chance you'll be watching other videos on YouTube and you go, "Hey, I recognize that tune." Yeah, because I use it in, laughing all the way, and that's just doesn't feel very professional to me. So I'm going to be talking with some musicians, uh, professional musicians who are skilled at doing music for film, and so that's on the horizon. Um, so yeah, it's you know it's a good feeling to reach this point. It represents a huge portion of my life, and especially at my age, 6 years is a significant period of time. So I don't know when you'll be seeing it. It will be dependent upon if I can find a buyer. And if it does get sold and gets scheduled for airing somewhere, you'll know about it here because I will give you another update. But until then, it's done. Hopefully, you're going to be one of the people that is invited to the screening here in a few weeks. And if you are, I will see you then.